to recharge. Like being
Well,
in
I'll
multiple
have
weddings.
time wise to recharge, but like financially, I don't know if I'll be able. I'll be
Financially, you
recovered
will
by
never recover in this economy. Multiple weddings and multiple conventions in a year.
then.
No, ma'am.
Well, luckily for me, I got my Comic Con tickets, and PayPal allowed me to do it in 4 installments, so that helped.
That's very good to know for when I plan my
Yes.
fall.
hmm Did I sent you a thing about the ticket on sale date and stuff, right?
Yes, I haven't. I have to talk to Liv and figure out what we're doing Comic Con wise.
Do your fan verification profile no matter what.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, do that.
I, just,
Lib needs to do one.
I have to figure out like what'll be going on with me school wise next year, like where I'll be
hmm
and if I'll be full time or
Understandable.
not.
Yeah. Also, like as an FYI, as long as you get a fan verification profile, and I believe that you're able to go this year, you'll be eligible for the pre-sale
Cute.
next year, which is how I got mine. Hey, Frets.
Hi, Mr.
Um,
Fry.
but even if
Hey.
not, if you guys are like hell bent on going next year, and you guys don't have the pre-sale, I will have the pre-sale. I can always buy your tickets for you because I've done it before.
I want to go. I have to figure out my life.
Hello, brother Wade. Let me know.
Hello.
I will let. Yeah, we are a vibe. Leave a like and a comment, Wade. I know you do. Like also on like our episodes and fun stuff too. I speak no job. KOTR is a vibe. Oh, I know what he's doing. Come on, come on. There's two more. Nixon 5.
Nixon
There it is.
5.
There it is.
My mayor's Muslim. My bagel is Jewish. KOTR is a vibe. Nixon
Nixon
5.
5. Oh.
I saw a meme on Facebook today that was saying that how America's suffering while New York City is living in Zoran Mamdani's Disney Channel original movie. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
Mom Donistan is real. And
Mamdanistan is a beautiful place to be.
I'm here for it. My favorite thing from this past week is watching the videos of all the Europeans and people from other countries exploring different parts of America for the first time and having their minds blown.
I keep seeing all these like fucking like French people going to Bucky's.
It's everybody. They're blown away by Bucky's.
I mean, I've never been to Bucky's either.
Have you heard of Freddy though?
Is he the beaver?
No. The Bucky's mascot is called Bucky. Bucky
Oh.
the Beaver.
Who the
No.
fuck is Freddy?
So Freddy is this German. It's because it's Freddy. Just order my shirt. Bow, bow, bow. Good job. Freddy is this German who has a Twitter account, and he's been documenting his entire run through America.
That's fine.
One of the first things that got him popular, and he's like, so Germany's playing in Houston, so he's been in the American South.
Oh.
So a couple of things have happened.
Probably having culture shock.
Oh no, he's like Waffle House 10 out of 10. He loved Waffle House.
Accurate.
He what is it? Was a big one. He found this artist named Ella Langley, who's a country singer.
That name sounds like familiar, but I like couldn't tell you a song she sang.
Country singer Ella Langley, and he has been that's pretty much been like him and his friends like inspiration, or like that's the only thing they've been listening to. They love Ella Langley. What else do they do? He's been like I found he was in Atlanta. He's like people in the USA are so nice. He goes, we were going to walk an hour to the stadium, but then the receptionist who saw us walking decided to just give us a ride.
That's so kind.
Hold on, as I'm updating some of our pages right now. I can read to you his exact tweets because he's gotten so popular. Like by the time they made it to Louisiana, in the "Welcome to Louisiana" like sign on the street, someone put "Welcome Freddie."
Oh my god, that's so nice.
Like Freddie's the man. Hold on, let me go to war. There's been people who have gone in and out for the first time. Like the greatest part about this whole thing is that nobody's seeing all parts of America because they scattered them across America.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's having wildly different experiences. Like the freaking Scots have taken over Boston.
Who?
The Scottish
Scottish people.
So apparently, someone started playing bagpipes at 6:30 in the morning in the Boston area off from an
That's
Airbnb.
insane.
Like the
Mm-mm.
Scots are having a wild time. The Swedes as well, I believe. Freddie's been the biggest star of everybody.
I bet. I feel like it's probably really interesting to like, you know, watch everyone's like
It's
stuff for
really
the first
funny.
time.
He was like, the roads are so big here. Like the crazy part about it is like people don't understand that like, especially from a European standpoint, I would presume, because like Europe is small compared to America.
Yeah.
It's minute. So like they don't understand like distance and things
I
like
think it's
that.
crazy that so many people think like that walking from Manhattan to MetLife is like a good idea.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. It's one of my favorite things. Um
Girl, take the train. It's not
they
hard.
can. They can. They
Wait,
jacked up the price of the
why?
train.
How much is the train right now for New Jersey Transit?
No, 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 just to go to MetLife for the game. So number one, they disallowed them parking in MetLife. So you have to take Jersey
What?
Transit, and then they hiked up Jersey Transit to like all over $100 per ticket one way.
That's insane.
I'm surprised you don't. I'm surprised you didn't hear about this. Yeah,
So
they jacked it up.
I I cannot get into the World Cup. I like wish I could. Like soccer, just the only soccer I give a fuck about is like Bentley Beckham, the movie. I don't soccer. I find it so, and that's because Keira Knightley's low-key a lesbian in that movie. So like, of course I care about that. But like, fucking, I want to care about the World Cup.
You don't
But
really
soccer,
have to. I only care every 4 years.
my it's, but it's big, like the World Cup. Like obviously, because I live near a lot of bars and shit. So like, it's World Cup everywhere. Like the
Mm-hmm.
beer garden has been nuts between the Knicks and the World Cup. It is
Mm-hmm.
madness in my neighborhood.
Yeah, can do you imagine the weekend? Did you see Brazil take over Times Square?
Yes, I did.
Mind you, that's the same day the Knicks won, and then the next day
Yeah,
was the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Like,
we walked through the Puerto Rican parade a little bit.
nice. Did you see Damien and Selena? Not no,
No,
Damien and Lola, I believe.
Lola. No, I didn't
Yeah,
see them.
because Damien was there. Jose Alvarado, the Knicks, made it back in time.
He probably took a red eye to make it home in time.
They have a charter.
True.
They have a charter. Hold on. I'm gonna read you some of Freddie LA's tweets because he's gotten stupid popular ever since then. Um, oh, they got to visit NASA space station.
That's cool.
Like they've gotten so popular that celebrities are just giving them shit for free.
Wow. Must be nice.
Yeah. Let's see. They made it to Texas. They went to LSU's college football campus. Uh He's like, he goes, we found another surreal place on our way. I know some people will say I'm too positive about everything I see, but this place was crazy. They had a shooting range in the store. They found an outdoor world in Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, I see.
They went to Mobile, Alabama. They had Chipotle. They went to.
I like Chipotle is a notable thing on this list.
They literally said chill evening at the hotel, NBA Finals on the TV, and Chipotle for dinner. It's literally what the post was. They went to they used a lot of the college football stadiums as like the exhibition games before the World Cup. So
Cute.
they were in Auburn, Alabama. He's like, this stadium is massive. He's like, what is going on? At one point, he said there's an eagle flying around the stadium. um, he went to a food thing called Freddy's. Let me see. His Bucky stuff is great. He goes, he literally took a picture of Bucky's and goes, dude, this is a gas station.
Has he gone to Margaritaville?
He has not, that I know of.
I need him to go to a Margaritaville.
Let's see. He made
Posted.
it through Florida. He was in Georgia. He was in Alabama. He did the Floribama Shore or the Gulf Coast, technically.
Mm.
Um, He talks about Ella Langley, um, Mississippi. He made it to NOLA. He was on
Yes,
Bourbon Street. He got to see the practice facility of the New Orleans Saints
that's cool.
and the New Orleans Pelicans of the NBA because they're right next to each other. So he kept talking about Ella Langley, that Ella Langley's team reached out to him and they invited him to one of her concerts. And they're going to meet her.
Wow,
And they're going to meet her.
that's wild.
So it gets even better. They toured LSU. Um, yeah, someone said welcome to Louisiana and someone put welcome Freddie. He's gotten so popular. They went to Houston, they visited Nassau. What else did he do? When they were in Houston, JJ Watt put them in a freaking penthouse
Damn,
hotel.
that's so nice.
He goes, the hotel that JJ Watt put us up in gave us a tour of their biggest suite. It cost $150,000 a night, completely insane. It even had its own basketball court, which is kind of nuts.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. JJ Watt even sent them a signed jersey.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Like it is absolutely nuts. They went to Target.
I mean, you know where I went for the first time that America didn't have until recently? I went to
What?
Primark the other day.
Went to where?
Primark?
Never heard of it.
It's a British like clothing store. Like has like
Mm,
affordable clothing, similar to like
okay.
Old Navy.
Interesting.
So they opened one on 34th Street. They closed the old Navy that was over there. They put a Primark in. I think they're gonna put something else there. They're gonna put Old
Mhm.
Navy somewhere else.
Jesus. So they went to visit NASA, like NASA's
Mhm.
Houston's center NASA. They got to talk to the astronauts in the ISS,
Wow.
International Space Station. Sorry.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, this is crazy how we're just rolling out the red carpet for him.
For real.
It's absolutely nuts and absolutely crazy. You would love Bass Pro Frats. I totally see that. I totally see that for you. I think there's a Bass Pro Shops coming to Long Island.
Yeah, I heard that. I just don't remember where.
You can take a wild guess and it'll all make sense to you.
The former Broadway Mall.
No, across the street from it though. Where the Sears used to be.
Oh, R.I.P. to Hicksville Sears.
I'm glad you figured out what town it was really quickly.
Oh, I'm born and raised. Of course I knew. I did
uh,
one. I went to a Bass Pro Shop in the South once, and it fucking frightened me. That's the most redneck shit I've ever seen.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't put it past him. It's wild
Mm-mm.
time of Bass Pro. Yeah, shit happens. Anywho, we are going to talk wrestling. We got some fun stuff to talk about. It's me and Kay. It's going to be a fun time. And Kay's going to get out of here within the hour. So you get ready to go
It's,
to the villa.
it's a recoupling tonight. It's a big deal. There's a recoupling and a vote
I don't
this
know what
evening.
recoupling means.
Well, a recoupling is so on Love Island, in order to stay on Love Island, you have to be in a couple with someone.
Okay.
So, but you're not, there's kind of different, sort of like in normal dating, there's different tiers to dating, like the
Sure.
talking stage,
Yeah.
dating, in a relationship, or exclusive, whatever. There's all the different hierarchies of dating.
Yeah.
The villa has its own rules. So,
Okay.
you're in a couple with someone, but you can choose to either explore other connections while you're in your connection,
Okay.
and you can also opt to be closed off with your connection. So if you're closed
Hmm.
off with your connection, you're not open to exploring new connections and you want to stay with this person for your time in the villa and
Okay.
possibly after. So recouplings happen about like once a week, and throughout the week, um, on Love Island, they have what's called bombshells come in every couple days. So
Hmm.
it's like really hot people.
Yeah.
And people have to kind of decide if they want to stay with their current connection or like explore, like say, the new bombshells.
This is just a revamp of Temptation Island.
Kind of, yeah. So tonight's recoupling now that there's like bombshells and stuff, and like there's a bunch of connections that are like questionable. So
Hmm.
people get to decide who they want to recouple with. So they can either choose to stay in their current connection or recouple up with someone else.
Okay.
And people can get eliminated for being single, pretty much.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Sometimes if
Okay.
there's two single people, um, the
They will
group
couple
has
up
to
to stay
vote one
together?
off.
Oh, okay.
Well, that did happen. So a couple days ago, there was like two girls and one guy left, and the guy had to save one by recoupling with one of the girls.
Yikes.
Yes,
Interesting.
very high stakes here in the villa.
Apparently. Apparently. I'll continue to watch Deli Boys on Hulu.
Yes.
But anywho, we're gonna be back in about 3 minutes or so. We're gonna get the show on the road. Kay and I are doing a show together, which doesn't happen often. So we're
But when
going to
it
have a
does, it's a lot of fun.
it is going to be tons of fun. So we'll be back in just 3 minutes. We have some fun things to talk about, especially, Danhausen, Israel. I'm a believer now, so we'll talk about it more when we get back.
Kings of the rings of the illest. 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 Kings of the rings of the illest.
Live from the Wrestle Addict Radio HQ, representing Kings of the Rings to the fullest. King Ricky made the hot tag to Willie T, and out of nowhere like Randy is the Queen Bee. K-Fay brother, 400 plus in the bag like money in the bank brother. See when they pod, it's the opposite of common. Look at the comments, crowned at a certified top 10. You heard? Kings of the Rings pod. Throw up a too sweet when you see the squad. Like a chop in a, I know you feel it. Kings of the rings of the illest.
Kings of the rings of the illest. Kings of the rings of the illest.
What are you playing there, Kay?
Liv handed me a beverage.
Thank you, Liv. Oh, very nice. Very evil of him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Kings of the Rings podcast, episode
Thank
number
you.
446. Thank you, Liv. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. We are live right now on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook at Kings of the Rings Podcast and at Wrestle Addict Radio. If you like what you are listening to, or if you haven't done so already, please leave a like, please leave a comment, and subscribe to all of our places where you can find us. The links to all of that are in the description below. Most importantly, since this is Pride Month and and we always know that in Pride Month is a strong emphasis on that pro wrestling is for everybody. We have exclusive Pride merch. One of the shirts I'm wearing right now. Kay just got their Pride hat in and it looks very nice, very evil up there. So we have Pride merch available right now. And I totally forgot we made this agreement until right now, and it's going to be apropos. So from when this episode actually debuts and finalizes to the following week, or maybe till I don't know, we're going to put in a code so you can get 20% off anything in the store, including the Pride merch. The code is going to be Nix. Okay.
Yes.
The code is going to be Nix. So that's going to be active as soon as this episode officially releases on several days, which is going to be Thursday.
On Thursday. The same day as the Knicks parade, baby.
The same day as the Knicks parade. So we actually planned this just as I thought we were going to.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and it's ironically enough, Kay, that it's actually Friday being Juneteenth is my actual theoretical anniversary of me being on the show. It is actually will be, if I remember correctly, 10 years.
Happy 10-year anniversary.
Since I've done my Juneteenth, since I've been to my first show was Juneteenth, and that's when Dean Ambrose cashed in and won the title. That was the day that the Shield all held the world title.
Wow.
In the same night. Seth beat Roman, Dean beat Seth.
Wow. Well, yes. I don't mean to brag.
You should brag, though.
I have been here for 7 years.
Counted 7 with no breaks in between.
7. No breaks. Even when I went part-time, I was still here.
You didn't start any other podcasts in your absence?
Well, that's not quite true. Mance and I were doing Gift podcast together for a while.
It's true, but you never left the subject matter.
No.
Yes, and it's been 7 years already.
Yeah, 7 years. It was around Memorial Day, but I have lived a lot of life this month.
Haven't we both?
Boris went to a Mets game.
Yes, Bark at the Park.
My class graduated. What else happened? The Knicks won.
The Knicks did win, and that's a great place.
Honestly, basketball consumes my life for the playoffs. My television schedule fucked up completely. I was a week behind on Love Island until
I'm sorry.
Game 4.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
It was hard.
It's okay, but I think you made it too. But that's a great place for us to start. Is the fact that the Knicks won the NBA championship for the first time in 53 years, one of the biggest droughts in all of sports. And usually, this is a pro wrestling podcast, and we're going to tie it all in for you right now because I will say this with much conviction: if Danhausen doesn't uncurse the Knicks, this doesn't happen.
Agreed.
Danhausen, if just to do a quick recap for everything, Danhausen had famously cursed Stephen A. Smith and the Knicks during the first round of the NBA playoffs. They ended up losing the next game. Danhausen then successfully uncursed the Knicks, and I think also maybe uncursed Stephen A. Smith as well. The Knicks then went on to beat the Hawks, sweep the 76ers, sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then go up 2-0 on the San Antonio Spurs. And honestly, they probably would have swept the San Antonio Spurs if the harbinger of all things horrible didn't show up for a visit. But
the only time we didn't want orange was that day.
Exactly. We didn't want that much orange.
Too much. Not enough blue.
Yeah, nothing to sleep on really. But they pulled, I'm going to say we because I'm not a Knicks fan. I'll be completely freaking clear with that. But they pulled it out. New York has been on fire with the World Cup. And now the Knicks winning. New York is literally the place to be right now.
Honestly,
yeah.
It is so fun here right now. We were in the streets. The Knicks won. Boris had his leash on. We were outside.
Mm-hmm.
People were dancing. cheering, singing, stealing stop signs, setting buses on fire
A
somewhere
couple,
else.
some petty offenses here and there. It happens.
Casual
It's casual.
celebratory
Plus,
behavior.
yeah, it's casual behavior compared to other places like I don't know Montreal,
Philly.
Philly. Yeah, we're classy on our celebration and debauchery.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep it good. Anywho, it's one of the crazy things to think about when you think about Danhausen's involvement and how this has become a giant thing. There is multiple shirts of Danhausen and the Knicks as WWE has entered this impromptu partnership, as Kay is wearing one right now. They're
It's very
and
comfy, actually.
when very evil. When they won the championship, they made more Danhausen merch. There were talks about Danhausen and the Knicks and WWE in a multi-year partnership of some sort. Danhausen has gotten so big, he is officially invited to the parade that's happening. The Fan, the famous New York sports radio station, the Fan invited Danhausen.
Hmm.
I just read it before we went on air officially that Danhausen has officially requested a
A
one.
ring.
No. Well, yes, he requested the ring, but he also has now requested a 1-day contract with the Knicks so he can retire as a champion.
As he should. He saved my city. Thank you, Danhausen.
Exactly, and you're proving my point, Fred. Montreal riots when they when they win a regular season game. That's true. So it's weird to think that a couple of months ago when Danhausen debuted, he had, I would say, one of the worst debuts ever.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I was one of the only people that liked it.
Well, because you had a little bit more insight of who Danhausen is, and it was one of those things where Danhausen had an AEW stint and didn't really go well, as most original AEW signings didn't really pan out, besides a select few.
Mm-hmm.
He's been on the indie scene for a while, so he had a following, but he didn't have a mainstream following. And WWE was the perfect platform for him to do this. And then the I don't know if it's divine intervention or cursing, but the whole you're cursed, you're uncursed, and the Knicks going on this run, you can't explain it by any metric.
It is magic.
Yeah, it is absolutely magic. And to be honest with you, when you really think about it, okay, I think Danhausen is arguably the most important signing in the TKO takeover of WWE.
I would agree.
I think he knocked out the
so
park.
Over. I remember a couple weeks ago I was talking about WWE superstars that I could see, say on the Minute Maid bottle, on a Slim Jim commercial, like mainstream crossover appeal. Danhausen with his magic with the Knicks has proven that he can do other shit than just WWE. He has the opportunity to do something great, and he can just keep healing teams. He could be like some kind of sports miracle worker. Come help the Jets, maybe.
Right. Okay. Let's not go too far.
No, Danhausen could just. I think Danhausen could just look at all the New York sports Jets in history. The Islanders, even the Rangers.
Let's not. Whoa! Let's not do the Rangers.
I don't.
They can get
okay,
past.
Well, maybe we won't help the Rangers, but we can't. Danhausen has the opportunity to cure, right all the sports wrongs in the world.
The New York sports wrongs.
When Harambe died and the universe reset, I think
Rest in peace, Harambe.
R.I.P. Harambe, never forget. Danhausen has reset the Harambe timeline with the Knicks winning the championship.
He could be. At this point, he needs to appear in Avengers Doomsday.
Danhausen will next be seen in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, he'll also want to bust Danhausen in City Hall. It's possible. I can't wait. I really hope Danhausen does make an appearance at the parade, which he will, because there's no way that all parties involved are not going to get him there. So
I wonder if they could have, if they got a balloon together in time.
Who knows? Anything's possible with that much money running around right now. The great part about Danhausen was, so Jalen Brunson, arguably the greatest Knick ever at this point. They asked Jalen Brunson about the Danhausen curse thing during the playoffs. It's been over 50 years for Leap just saying Danhausen, and Jalen Brunson wouldn't acknowledge it at all. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't say a word. Afterwards, now he's openly talking about it. He's like, man, you just had to believe. The whole time he believed in the Danhausen curse.
Some you can't talk if you like know magic's there. If you left him, if you acknowledge it too much, it goes away.
Yeah,
He did the right thing by not mentioning Danhausen's magic.
yeah, yeah. No, it was great. It's one of the wildest stories in sports and sports entertainment, and it's exactly the crossover that WWE needed.
Hmm.
It's wild. It is absolutely wild. So congratulations to the Knicks and Danhausen. It is insane how he blew up. And it's not even that he's popular with us, the wrestling fans, because he is. He's
He's
won
just
us over.
popular.
I think what really won me over is how he handled children when they
Hmm.
come up to him. Like he's very good with children. Like very, very good.
Hmm.
And it's like he hits on all cylinders. It is awesome to see. So congratulations,
Love
Danhausen
that
and New York
Danhausen.
Knicks. And do not forget, folks, hit the code Knicks for 20% off till the end of Pride Month or whatever I'm going to do. But it'll be 20% off for everything in the store when it hits that. So now Danhausen is very bad, very evil, but he's very good and very awesome. But now we're actually going to move to somebody who's very bad, very evil, and we will be no longer seeing for the foreseeable future. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been reported about an hour before we went on air that one of the most polarizing figures of the modern day wrestling, Tessa Blanchard, has personally requested to be released from TNA. This is pretty much breaking news at this point, at the time that we are recording this episode. So here's what I know, and it is what is speculated. It is speculated that Tessa Blanchard, who was signed to TNA and had a contract with TNA, was also still working under CMLL. You might know CMLL
Oh,
because CMLL is also the rival to AAA in Mexico. CMLL also has a working partnership with AEW. Okay. And as we know, TNA has a working partnership with NXT/WWE. You can see where this might start to be a bit of a conflict for people, especially CMLL. It is rumored that apparently like CMLL wanted her a little bit more, and it was a conflict with the scheduling and stuff. And she was given a potentially an ultimatum from what I've been reading, and the ultimatum was like him or me, essentially, like a very Love Island thing, if
hmm.
you're going with the theme, from CMLL, and she decided to move with CMLL. She asked to release from TNA. TNA granted her release.
Bye
So
bye.
yeah. Yeah, so it's yes, Bing Bong, it is dead. Bing Bong, the chin is dead. That might be our show title is Bing Bong. That actually
You
might
know
work
what?
out.
Yes.
Bing Bong is the show title. So yes, Tessa Blanchard, who at one point was going to go down in the history books and still might as the first ever female to win a heavyweight championship of a pretty major promotion without the title of women's champion. She was just going to be heavyweight champion and the main person of the division, and she achieved that. Unfortunately for her, her sins of the past came out at the same time too, and she was forever marred in that controversy that was pretty much legitimate according to everybody involved who had firsthand experience of this. And she's never risen to the heights that she was going to rise to in all of pro wrestling, and it's completely her fault.
Yeah.
You know,
Here,
it's
here.
you reap what you sow. You know, it was a shock when in 2024 TNA brought her back to begin with. We all thought this was a bad idea. And
It was weird.
it was proven to be a bad idea. There is heat that you can get as a performer, and it's great heat. This was not good heat at all.
No.
This is horrible, horrible heat. It makes it worse that even with her time away initial, when she came back to TNA, there was never at any point in time an acknowledgement of accountability for the things that she did and said to her fellow performers and fellow and other performers of color.
Hmm.
And it just made her worse. I remember when we were at Slammiversary, she was booed out that building.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely.
I was glad to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised TNA had her lasting for almost over a year.
Yeah.
But at this point, she is no longer with the company. Again, this is very fresh. This is very fresh, so things could change. I doubt this will change. She is now officially going to be on CMLL, which does mean there is a possibility she shows up in AEW. So I'm very interested to see how AEW potentially handles this situation.
Do we think AEW would actually put her on TV?
I don't think Tony Khan's that bold. Tony Khan's bold, but I don't think he's that
Yeah.
stupid. And when you think of like the AEW fan base versus the WWE fan base as a whole, the AEW fan base is a lot more in tune. They're a lot more marky. They are a lot more in the know of what's going on in the business, in the locker room.
Hmm.
So I think her showing up, she will not be welcome by the fans in particular. Like, I think it would be an absolute bad move. I understand the CMLL partnership, but you can work with like, hey, we'll take these people, we won't take her.
Yeah.
You know, deal. And listen, hopefully this will be the last time we ever talk about her on this
We can
show.
only hope.
Yeah. Again, it is in some lights it's a tragedy of pro wrestling. But
Yeah.
you read what you so she was right there to being literally an all-time, like being she would go down in the history books as something so significant and like a groundbreaking in a perception changing moment in wrestling,
Hmm.
and just like that, it was gone.
Yeah.
And now she will live in infamy as a cautious tale.
Hmm.
So Bing Bong, Tessa Blanchard is no longer with
Success.
TNA. Yeah, it's no longer with TNA. Now, speaking of going on an actually great redemption arc, Chad Gable. Okay.
What's he up to?
So from doing things horribly to doing things the right way, this for me, Kay, is probably the most interesting story that WWE is telling currently right now. So, so Chad Gable has appeared, has reappeared on SmackDown and on Raw as himself. So
Okay.
the first appearance, or the first person he went to Ray Phoenix. And Ray Phoenix said, he went to Ray, he goes, hey, when I first started playing El Grande Americano, it was to mock you guys and to mock the Lucha Libre culture. And then the more I did it, the more I learned about the culture and what it means. And I have a growing respect for it. And he goes, and I just wanted to approach you and say that I'm sorry for what I did.
Wow. we love growth.
Only in WWE because you get an apologetic white man. Anywho,
For real.
it took accountability. So then Ray Phoenix says, I accept your apology. We're good, but there's someone else you have to talk to. So then the next week on Raw, he talks to Penta.
Oh shit.
So then Penta is like, and I could get this order wrong, but he goes to Penta, and Penta's like, I accept your apology, but if you really want an apology, there's someone else you have to speak to. Then he goes to Rey Mysterio.
As he should. Now, especially that he's a GM on AAA.
Yeah, so he says his apology to Rey Mysterio, and Rey's like, I accept your apology. We're good, but there's still more people you have to apologize to and work your way back to. And pretty much Chad Gable's like, the more he's taking accountability, the more he realizes that he has been just kind of a dick to all these people. So the next on his list now is like Maxine and formerly Alpha Academy.
Oh, cool.
So that's where he's going. And during this whole time, the luchadors have now been trying to help Chad Gable out. During his matches so that Ethan Page and Rusev don't team up on him as much. So listen, it's one of the better stories that we've done here. Like the Grande Americano, like he admits it's a very kind of breaking the fourth wall moment where he admits we booked this angle as a joke.
Yeah.
Like we booked this as a pure joke.
I'm surprised they even admitted that to begin with.
Mm-hmm. And it just whoever wrote the second part of it was perfect. Like Chad seems extremely sincere because I think he is. I think he actually did learn something while he was there.
Yeah.
And this is fun. It's kind of makes me wish that Chad was in the King of the Ring tournament because he would have been it would have been killer. Like they need to start pushing Chad to the moon.
Yeah, I think that would have made sense for him to win King of the Ring right now after
Hmm.
being a
He would have
Grande
been a shoe
Americano.
in. Yeah, he would have been a shoe in. They gave him a little bit of a new theme. It's really good though. I like it.
Oh, good. I'll have
It,
to
it
listen to it.
yeah, it's really nice. Listen, I'm a Chad Gable fan, and hopefully this gives Chad Gable like he showed up to WrestleMania as a Grande Americano. Like he still never was able to show up
Be
as
himself.
himself. So that's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see. Because I think he is, as long as he stays healthy, because he did have a really bad injury. That's why we had, the other El Grande Americano, aka Ludwig.
Hmm.
Um, I think he deserves a WrestleMania push.
Absolutely.
He doesn't have to go for the world title scene. He doesn't need it. Not right now.
Hmm.
Give him the IC, give him the US title.
He'd be a great United States champion.
I completely agree.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I completely agree, and I think that would be really fun. So yeah, the Chad Gable 2.0, this next run is going to be really, really fun. Speaking of runs that
I'm
are really, really
excited to
fun,
see.
yeah, speaking of runs that are really, really fun, but also kind of weird, Jacob Fatu, after losing to Roman twice in 2 months, had to be pretty much work under Roman. During this time, Jacob Fatu has done one thing and one thing only, is listen to whatever Roman says. Now, when the
Mm.
Usos tried to tell him to do stuff, Jacob Fatu's like, I don't answer to you, I answer to Roman.
Hmm.
You know, And so then the Usos kind of brought this up. This is how the show started on Raw. Roman goes to Jacob and he's like, "So you're not listening to them?" And Jacob Fatu's like, "No, I'm not listening to them. The only one I listen to is my tribal chief. You are my tribal chief, Roman Reigns." And Roman Reigns pretty much says, "Yeah, that's the right answer," and and gives him what seems to be like an Ulafala that's not painted red in front
Oh.
of in front of the Usos. And then he
Oh, fuck.
goes, I now officially welcome you to the bloodline.
Oh. Do we think Jacob Fatu is like infiltrating to take over?
I don't know. To be completely honest, I know is that the seeds are planted that he just keeps messing with Jay.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps messing with Jay. Like Jay, there's a clear favoritism right now of Jacob over Jay and even of over Jimmy. Jay has reverted back to being that hothead again.
Oh no.
That unabashed kind of crazy hothead that is easy manipulated by Roman.
Yeah.
Solo has even tried to talk some sense into Jacob Fatu or whatever. It's like, you really want to do it. So they're kind of redoing this bloodline thing again. I don't know where this is going, but Jacob Fatu officially becoming a member of the bloodline is an interesting twist to all of this.
Oh, I'm nervous.
I just want to know what ending we're in.
Yeah. I can't tell anymore.
I'm gonna say top six.
Probably.
I'm gonna say top six or what have you. So yeah, Jacob Fatu is part of the bloodline. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. Speaking of interesting things in WWE, I don't know if you've noticed, but hey Kay, have you seen Joe Hendry lately?
No.
Joe Hendry has not been on TV for almost a month. Stephanie
I know he has
Vaquer,
an album coming out, right?
something like that. Stephanie Vaquer has also not been on TV since WrestleMania. By the way, we haven't seen Drew McIntyre either.
Oh, that's right. They're
Yes,
all
so
non-American.
yes, and so what has been coming out lately is that allegedly WWE has having problems with their international talent in getting them work visas. Hence why we haven't seen Joe Hendry. Why it seems like he fell off the face of the earth. This also could be the reason that Stephanie Vaquer has not been around either. Granted, she did have a nailing injury, but it wasn't anything that was so severe that
Yeah.
she wouldn't come back. So there's the big prevailing reason is that WWE is having issues acquiring work visas, and I don't know who would stop them from doing that. Couldn't tell you.
No idea.
No idea at all. So it's very interesting, and it brings a little bit of an explanation to why we haven't seen Stephanie and why we haven't seen Joe Hendry, because Joe Hendry was on a good roll
Mhm.
here. And when someone pointed out to me that Drew McIntyre has been on TV, I was like, oh, that's what's been missing from SmackDown, or that's what's been missing
When
from Raw. Like
when was he last seen?
I don't recall.
I don't either.
It's one of those things that like you don't realize he was gone, which is kind of a strength with the WWE roster from time to time. Um,
Mhm.
but it's also one of those things where like when you figure it out, you're like, oh yeah, that is missing, isn't it?
Mhm.
Luckily we had things that distract us like Danhausen, like the Knicks and stuff. But this also explains because they want to run Liv and Stephanie again.
Yeah.
They want to run Liv and Stephanie again. So definitely they put Liv in the tournament as kind of a placeholder, although I don't you had tons of
Wait,
other people that
lives in
could.
the Queen of the Ring tournament?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah, lives in the Queen of you haven't been around for a while, have you? Yeah, lives in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
No. I don't even remember who's in the tournaments.
We're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it at the end of the show. So yeah, lives in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Yes, a world champion is in the Queen of the Ring tournament to determine who faces the WWE champion.
That's insane.
It is very insane. It is what it is. Even though I feel like you could have gotten Julia in there, you could have gotten Jordan Grace. They're both healthy. They wrestled on main
Yeah.
events. Like you can get them in this tournament. But they went with Liv, which is very, very interesting. Also interesting in the Queen of
Weird.
the Ring tournament. Um he was last at Mania, thank you. Fretz is saying Drew McIntyre was last seen at Mania versus Jacob, which makes
Oh, you know
sense.
what? You're right. Thank you, Mr. Fritz.
And Drew might be doing a movie. Very true.
Isn't he doing like Highlander or whatever?
He finished Highlander. I think he's doing another one.
Oh, good for him.
So there's that. But there is alleged some work visa issues for some of the talent as well with that. So hopefully hopefully a lot of this will be settled by the time SummerSlam rolls around, but we shall see with that. But moving over to AEW, the greatest of all time has finally made her return. No belts though. No belts, but Mercedes Moné, my number one, has
Goth
returned.
baddie.
What's up?
Goth baddie.
Kind of, actually, in a weird way. In a weird way, Mercedes Moné made her surprising return to AEW. This has kind of been set up, or looks like it was perfectly set up, even though I kind of threw it out there because when Willow Nightingale got injured, they needed somebody to replace Willow because Willow Nightingale's injured and it seems to be really bad. And so they had a wild card spot, and they didn't announce the wild card who was going to face off against Persephone, I believe. And turns out the wild card's Mercedes. And what a perfect time to come back. Mercedes is the reigning Owen Hart Cup champion. So technically she still has that title. And now, and if she wins it again, she would be going to defend her championship and then get another championship opportunity at All In. So Mercedes is back. I see her when we go through the tournament in just a little bit as the front runner to win this whole thing again. I will say this, she came back. She looks fantastic.
She looks great. Everything 10 out of 10.
Yeah, the look that we have right now is like drop my pen. The look that we have right now on the screen, as long as everybody can see it, we did have some issues last week. But the look that you have right now, this is her return look. Like I said, she looks fantastic. She's done amazing work outside of AEW. Apparently, she also like does music too, which is kind of crazy.
Mercedes makes her own music?
Something like that, yeah.
Ooh, good for her.
She's a freaking walking enterprise.
CEO.
It's true. It is crazy to think that when you think of all the people and all the big names that went from WWE to AEW, Mercedes might end up again being the biggest one and also the most successful one based on what she did for the global business of women's wrestling, which I don't think we understand just yet. Like at all. Like what she did, having all of those titles, touring the world as champion for all these promotions, getting eyes on talent that would never gotten eyes on them if she didn't wrestle them. is something that's kind of nuts. Like I do know there's a story of she faced somebody I think at House of Glory, but after that match, WWE contacted her and was like, we want to give you a tryout."
Wow.
You know, and she pulled it off, even though a lot of people hated her for it. But when you really look back at it and look at this run, not even the AEW run, her AEW run was is fantastic. Like the first
Mhm.
go around and beating everybody except getting the title, it plays in so poetically.
Yeah.
you know. Um but but everything outside of it, she really has done amazing with the platform she was given.
Yeah.
And if we go back like of all the four horsewomen, who has been the most influential, there's an argument that for the entire world of professional wrestling, it's Mercedes Moné over
Oh, for
Charlotte, over
sure.
Becky, over all of them, over
Because
Bailey.
she's done more for the business overall, whereas the other three, they do a lot of great work inside WWE and out. But in terms of their contributions to wrestling, it's all WWE.
Correct. And she bet on herself, and she's won.
Mhm.
She's won, and good for her. So I'm rooting for her to definitely win the tournament. I think Mercedes returning is what AEW needs right now.
Yeah. Has someone won the Owen Hart twice yet?
No, no one ever has.
So she can be first.
She can be the first one. It's really funny. Harley Cameron brought back the Mercedes doll.
Yes. Wow, I can't wait to start watching wrestling again.
I know. Have you seen Harley Cameron and like her stuff?
Yes.
I'd say Harley Cameron's amazing.
I think she's very funny.
Yeah, the inside story I figured of the Monet doll is apparently it was Mercedes' idea.
I love that.
To bring out the Mercedes Muppet, which is absolutely fantastic. So welcome back to the CEO, and let's move on to the Owen Hart tournament, just to show you where we're at. So the tournament finals for AEW's Owen Hart tournament on the men's side is set. So the finals are going to be what Will and I predicted a couple of weeks ago. Will be Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland at Forbidden Door. Winner of that gets a world title shot at All In, presumably against Maxwell Jacob Freeman MJF. All In is returning to Wembley Stadium at the end of August. And we'll talk about this a lot more next week as we're going to do a massive prediction show next week. So sorry in advance, Kay.
It's okay. I'll keep winning.
Dude. Yeah, so because next week we are doing Forbidden Door, we're doing Night of Champions, and Great American Bash are all on the same weekend.
That's homophobic.
And yes,
It's
the New York
Pride
Pride
weekend.
is.
I'll be
Yeah.
doing none of these pay-per-views.
And I'll be in Atlanta for almost all of them.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland. That's going to be an amazing match. Amazing match. I will say quickly right now, unless my mind changes after watching some AEW, Will Ospreay's winning this thing. It's
1,000,000%.
On the women's side of the tournament, they're in the semifinals. Mercedes Moné is facing Kazuki, who I think is from CMLL, and Maya World, who also had a pretty good run, is facing off against Athena, the ROH Women's Forever Champion, because I don't know, she has no competition in Ring of Honor and she doesn't drop the goddamn title.
Yeah.
Be it as it may. Here's what I'm calling for this one right now. We'll have the updated bracket probably next week, obviously, because these matches are going on this week on Dynamite and Collision for the women's. And it's based on how I saw them before. I think we're getting Mercedes versus Athena.
I agree.
They wrestled in Owen Hart last year, and they were an opening match on Dynamite, and they tore the fucking house down. They are so good. The
sequel might be fun.
The sequel might be fun, but I think it's going to a bigger story here. I think All In is finally the time where we are going to get where AEW's investments are going to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
Because think of it this way, within I think 2 or 3 months of each other, they spent multi-million-dollars to acquire Will Ospreay and Mercedes Moné. Because Mercedes Moné wasn't cheap, and neither was Will Ospreay.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
They spent a lot of money on them. And Mercedes, I think, got a little bit bigger a lot quickly because she's more of a veteran. She knew they kind of played her, they played into her thing really well. Will Ospreay had the sideline injury, decided himself with the injury. So he had to take time off, but now he's back. I think at this time they're both ready. I think we're getting two new champions at All In. I think Will Ospreay takes it off of MJF. It's the perfect storm. You're in Wembley Stadium. MJF is easy to hate outside of New York. And Will Ospreay's your hometown kid. I think
Yeah,
it's easy money. I think it's easy money for him to take it
I
off.
agree. But every time, so I feel like I'm certain MJF's gonna drop. Something happens last minute that makes me switch my vote, and I'm usually right.
Mm-hmm.
So I look
We'll
forward
have
to
to
seeing.
watch it Dynamite to figure out. You know,
I am, well, now that basketball is over, I have one less sport to worry about, so wrestling can come back into my life.
yeah, hockey's all you got to worry about is baseball for a while.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a lot of worrying because
That's
it's the
true.
Mets
It
and
is.
they're
It
doing
is. It
really
is the
bad.
Mets. Yeah, they are. Well, you got the All Star break coming up, so you got a little bit of a reprieve for a little.
And they're gonna do worse.
Yeah, yeah, you're correct at that point.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think All In's going to be pretty crazy. We do have a scheduled guest for All In and someone who had been to All In Wembley before.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, so I think she's going to be. She's been on the show before, so I think it's going to be a pretty fun time because I definitely want to hear about her experience at All In and things like that. Big John Moxley fan, big MJF fan too, and not from Long Island.
Wow, they do exist.
They yes, yes, they do. So the Owen Hart is kicking up, and I will say this: Will Ospreay's story is really interesting because he has kind of sought help from John Moxley and the Death Riders to kind of rehab his mentality.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting because they are pretty much a heel faction.
Hmm.
So, so that little story going on in AEW is really really interesting. But let's move on back to WWE and the King of the Ring tournament. So here's the official bracket K for the men's. So the opening round, again, this is the stupidest thing ever. The opening round was fatal four ways all around.
Uh-huh.
Then from the fatal four ways, you into one-on-one semifinal matches.
What?
Exactly. They did a speed run of this tournament. So the first quarterfinal fatal four way was Penta versus Obafemi versus Solo versus Carmelo Hayes. Obafemi won. The other one was Dom Mysterio versus Braun Breaker versus Trick Williams versus Damian Priest. Dom Mysterio won. The third quarterfinal fatal four way for the men's was Seth Rollins, Javon Evans, Tala Tonga, Ricky Saints. Javon Evans won in an upset because every great tournament needs an upset. The fourth of the
Mhm.
quarterfinal matches was Jey Uso versus LA Knight versus Royce Keys versus Finn Balor, who has now officially moved to SmackDown. By the way,
Ooh.
Jey Uso ended up winning because Roman's big plan is that they would not only have the WWE title but also the world title in the bloodline. This past week on Raw, Obafemi defeated Dom Mysterio against all odds. So Obafemi is now in the finals for the King of the Ring at Night of Champions. He will face the winner of Javon Evans versus Jey Uso on SmackDown.
Why do I feel like it's gonna be Jey Uso?
It is going to be interesting what they do with this. Remember, the winner is guaranteed a shot at apparently Cody's title, even though I don't think it was supposed to be that way, but it already slipped in announcing. Um,
Oh.
so listen, a lot can change. Cody's got this thing with Sammy and Gunther going on, where Sammy actually has a shirt called the last real good guy.
Sammy.
I kind of want
Let me
it.
look it up.
um, and Sammy's been he's kind of beside himself. He's kind of, begging Cody for begging Cody for a title shot, but Gunther wants a title shot. You have the whole Gunther with the foot on the ropes thing that he's bitching about. Which, by the way, Kay, just to inform you, even if you watch it on Friday,
I
Gunther.
didn't.
Well, no, if you watch it this Friday,
Oh, this.
Gunther has gotten a world championship rematch against Cody on Friday on SmackDown. it was agreed that Goober can pick the stipulation, and he picked that Sami Zayn is a special guest referee.
Oh fuck.
so so there is that. But
Okay.
back to King of the Ring, Obafemi. So like it's weird because Obafemi's either going to win and challenge Roman in my ideal world,
Mhm.
or he's going to win but Brock attacks him. In that case, he beats Brock one night, he beats Roman the next night. Again, this is an ideal world.
Mhm.
Or he loses because Brock attacks him.
You know, that's probably gonna what's happen.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot English.
Unfortunately. You almost forgot English. It's okay. Okay. I
I
yeah,
was
I
enjoying my burrito bowl.
yeah, all things lead to Brock, unfortunately, but shouldn't be a thing, but apparently it's a thing. I would love for Javon. I would love Javon versus Oba at Night of Champions. I think that'd be really
Or
cool.
like the NXT. Yeah, the NXT callback would be really great to watch.
Mm-hmm. But Javon, like, if Javon is essentially your tournament Cinderella, him beating Jay Uso is the perfect move then.
Yeah.
You know, because then you
I
create
would like
tension in
to
the
see
bloodline.
I would like to see, excuse me. I'm very
Mm, you're gonna get there.
gassy. I no, I was like speaking. I had to burp. I want Jay Uso to lose.
I
Like
like Jay
not.
Uso losing too.
I need him to not be in the like everything all the time. Like you don't need to be in King of the Ring and the biggest storyline in WWE at once. You can
Yeah.
do other stuff.
Yeah, Jey Uso losing also creates good controversy within the bloodline.
Mhm.
It's easy. Roman's like, I told you to get it done. You couldn't get it done. You couldn't beat this rookie.
Yeah.
You push Jay down the pecking order. Jacob Fatu rises up a little higher. Boom.
Yeah.
It works. It's an easy story to tell if you're looking at all sides of it. But that is the King of the Ring tournament. We're gonna go now to do the Queen of the Ring tournament as our final slide for you. So here's what we've been looking at in the Fatal Four Way. So Liv Morgan beat Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, and Chelsea Green to move over to the semis again. Wild thing to say.
Mhm.
Charlotte Flair beat Sol Ruka, Lyra Valkyria, and Jade Cargill in a Fatal Four Way. So
Crazy.
they teased Jade and Charlotte for a hot second. Bless you. Io
Thank
Sky
you.
beat Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Lash Legend to advance. And Raquel Rodriguez beat Bailey, JC Jade, and Kiana James to advance. This past week on Raw, Io Sky defeated Raquel, which I was kind of upset about, to advance.
Yeah, I thought Raquel would be in the finals for this.
I thought so too, especially because you could have had the potential of Raquel versus Liv in the
Yeah.
finals for Judgment. They need us. I hope Raquel needs a really big push in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, she's I feel like been stagnant for like a long time. Like ever
We,
since she got the fight bigger critique, she's gotten really good, but they're not doing anything with her. Like her performance has excelled so much, but
yeah,
the
I mean
booking is not there.
we easily could have gotten Raquel versus Rhea for the WWE title at SummerSlam.
Easy. That's like
Mm-hmm.
that's like a no-brainer. But WWE can't seem to get to that conclusion themselves.
Especially when you tie in the fact that Raquel would have the opportunity to do something Liv couldn't, and that's beat Rhea.
Mhm.
You know, you create that tension. But now Io's going to face the winner of Liv or Charlotte. Ideally, I think we're getting Io versus Charlotte, which would be tons of fun.
Mhm. That's a great match.
And in that instance, Charlotte Rhea Part 4, I think, would occur. Because it's an easy story
Yeah.
to tell and they work really well together.
Yeah, I agree. That makes the most sense to me.
You know, and I told Will, and I'll tell you this, my gripe with this tournament is that it should have all been one-on-one matches.
Yes. That like gives you weeks of television.
They had enough
Especially if
time to do all
you
of
don't
this,
have
and they
shit booked other if they, especially they don't have other shit planned for anything else. You
they
could
did the
spread this
tournament
shit out.
they did the tournament in 3 weeks, so that the go home week next week they can just hype up these championship matches. But you don't need to do that. It's already going to be hyped
Yeah.
if you do these one-on-ones. They did essentially what if it was one-on-one matches, they did a 4-week tournament in 3. because they
Yeah.
rushed the first round.
No need
Um,
for that.
no, not at all. I was not a fan of it, but it's interesting to see where they go. They have a lot of choices. This is the tune-up for SummerSlam. It's going to be in Saudi, so it's going to be at like 1 p.m. On
When
like a
is this?
Saturday. Not a Champions.
No, what day?
The 27th of
Okay.
June.
Oh, maybe I'll find time since it's during the day.
It's during the day. So, I might see it when I'm in Atlanta,
You
depending
should,
on how we are for
if
next
there's
day.
time, yeah.
Well, the event,
Recovering.
yeah, the event's Friday night, so
It's gonna be great.
I hope so. I got to finish this goddamn speech. Uh, but be that as it may, as you're about to head to the villa, but we've completed everything. Is there anything we're missing in the world of wrestling, Kay, that I've totally
Yes.
forgotten about? What happened?
Jelly Roll's getting divorced.
I mean, it is.
It's
You just
wrestling
wanted
news.
to
He's a
put.
wrestler.
That's true, and unfortunately, Logan Paul returned to TV yesterday.
Boo.
Yeah, he didn't wrestle. He was on a cast, but I was like, really?
It's annoying.
They tried to get
I don't.
Javon Evans to join the Vision, which I was like, that's a weird take.
Ew. No. I don't think there's any actual real wrestling news that I can think of.
I
Like
mean,
I said,
outside of a Tessa thing, which is late breaking.
even this Jelly Roll shit I found out during the show.
That happened earlier today too. So,
Good
but
for
no,
them.
yeah, but the Tessa thing was a pretty big deal. Logan Paul returning is also kind of an annoying, pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But I will say that I got to catch up on my AEW. NXT's starting to cook with these new acquisitions. They're getting some
Yeah.
character now.
Before I fell off of wrestling because of basketball, I was really getting into NXT. It's been so good. And now I have no idea what's going on anywhere.
Yeah, we're going to get Evil versus Tony D, or Naruko, as he's called himself now. Naruko
Very cool.
versus Tony D for the title of Great American Bash, I believe. Don't be surprised if Tatum Paxley shows up to the main roster very, very soon. She dropped to Zarya.
Oh shit.
She dropped last week to Zara. Yeah, Zarya.
When do we think she would show up on the main roster?
Might be sooner than you think. They've
Yeah.
been really kind of no time frame for like you're
Mhm.
like they're gonna. It's kind of more of like when we're ready for you. She's coming out like Blake Monroe hasn't shown up yet. She keeps on getting vignettes on SmackDown.
Yeah, I've been wondering if she had shown up by now. Still nothing?
Still nothing. However, she has. This is an interesting thing that I didn't really cover on the main part of her show, but as we BS for a little bit more, Tiffany Stratton is now a Twitch streamer.
What?
She now streams. Tiffany Stratton streams.
Streams what?
Like just she's streaming content like when she's not wrestling. So they allowed Tiffany Stratton to have a Twitch stream. She's had Javon Evans on.
Okay.
She recently had Blake Monroe on.
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently, according to when she was and Blake Monroe messed with her, she stuffed Tiffany's face in a cake. But apparently, according to Blake Monroe, they are eliminating her vanity entrance.
Oh.
For the main roster.
Interesting.
I was like, that's what made her entrance really cool, though.
Well, they probably don't have the budget for really, really
They have
cool
the
on the
freaking
main.
budget. Stop it.
Well, they need to give Danhausen that money to keep helping New York sports teams.
Yeah, Monroe is training with Veer. Stop it, Charles.
It's giving Emelina.
Oh, that was a shame.
Yeah.
That was a shame. God, Emelina. Jesus. But yeah, no, that's the big thing is that whenever Blake Monroe shows up, we're not getting the vanity mirror, which I'm very upset about because exactly that's what made her dope. That encompassed her character perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
It's an IKEA mirror. Stop it. Please, whatever. Anywho, maybe they'll make her something like more like the model. It's like they can't afford it, Wade. You're on fire right now. I love this. But be it as man, you have to head to the villa. We need to start getting out of here for UK. So you can, so I don't want to, I don't mess with your shows.
Yeah,
You know what I
my
mean?
shows have been messed with
I'll
for
probably
a
I'll
very
probably
long.
spend I'll probably spend a lot of my night doing the online booking video game, the online booking sim game that I put everybody on the Discord.
Is it fun? I haven't played it yet.
Oh, it's great. So real quick, yeah, I forgot what it's called, but you know where the link is.
Hmm.
Essentially, there's different ways to play, but you have to put on a 5 match card and see if you can get a 5-star card. It uses the Meltzer rating scale, so take it with a grain of salt.
Oh God.
But you get a random arena and location. So let's say you do the performance center out of Orlando.
Hmm.
Um, one of my good buddies got a couch from Emily. That's actually pretty cool. It's also hopefully sanitized. She didn't mess with Zack Ryder. And so you get a random before, and then they'll give you a promotion and a year, and you have to
Oh.
pick from that roster. So in the original form of the game, you had to have at least one women's match and one tag team match.
Hmm.
But you can get like WCW from '98. You can get WWF from like '64. Pro Wrestling Noah's on there. DDT Wrestling's there. New Japan is on there.
Can you do you get have to do? Can you work with any promotion that was active that year?
No, it's
Or
whatever you're given. So
oh
pretty much you have 10 slots to fill. And so every time it's a different slot, it gives you a different promotion in a different year.
I see.
So you do like fantasy matchups and stuff. Now
Hmm.
you can do it where you have like no restrictions, where you show all the stats, who was rated what, who was rated where for that
Hmm.
promotion, or you can do it as what they call a mark and just go off of their namesake without knowing
Gotcha.
what they're ranked. They just updated it and added a new mode where you're given a $200 salary. You have to fill
Wow.
you have to fill all the spots, but every wrestler is given a different dollar amount.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fun. As you said, we've been obsessed with it on the Discord.
I bet it sounds
The
like a
closest
lot
I
of fun.
got, the closest I got, I think for a full card was like 4 3/4.
Oh,
So
it'll
close
get
to a
there.
5, but it's fun. You can also eliminate like different promotions that you don't know about,
Hmm.
so it doesn't show up in the randomizer. So, but it is what it is. But yeah, we gotta get you out of here so you can go to the village. So we got you out on time, Kay.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. But before you go to the villa, let's do some quick promo stuff real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 446, Bing to the Bong. I am not a Bing Bong. I'm no longer but I am also not a Knicks fan, but I am a diehard New Yorker. I am King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews, leave some comments. If you haven't done so already, please, I'm begging you. The links, all of that, are in the description below or on this QR code. That is right. Above my head. If you are listening to us a little bit later, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter or at Wrestle Addict Radio, all one word, everywhere else. Again, the links to all of that are in the description below. So please go check that out. And most importantly, please check out some of our fantastic Pride merch that I am wearing. I'm wearing the shirt. Kay is wearing the hat for our Pride celebration because pro wrestling is for everybody. And when this episode drops, you will be able to get 20% off anything in your store, anything in our merchandise store by using the code NICKS because it's a Nick world and everybody else is just living in it for the time being. So again, folks, use code NICKS for 20% off everything in the store, including the Pride merch when this episode drops. Thank us later. We have been getting some Pride merch sales, though, so it's been really awesome to see. K-Pit, K-Hausen,
All right, y'all.
take me home.
Bing, bing bong. Fuck your life. My mayor's Muslim. My bagel's Jewish. Kings of the Rings podcast is a vibe. Nixon 5.
Nixon
You can
5.
find me on Instagram at KAE_FABE. Check out our Pride merch. We've got the dad hat. It's beautiful.
Yes, we got the
I have
regular
a
shirt. We
village to
have
go
crop
to.
tops, too.
Yes! This is our first season with crop tops.
Yeah, we did get some crop top purchases.
Hell yeah. I knew they'd sell. The
That's why
girls,
you
the gays, and the theys love a crop top.
who exactly. So I will tell you this, folks. When we come back next week, prepare for a pretty long show and probably no sleep for me as I then have to start preparing to go to Atlanta hours after that show. We are going to be previewing Night of Champions. We are going to be previewing AEW Forbidden Door. We are going to be previewing NXT Great American Bash, the first NXT PLE on the CW/ESPN. As well. So it's going to be a long and lengthy show, but it's going to be a show that sets up major events at the end of the summer in pro wrestling. So until next week, folks, goodbye. Good night. We'll see you soon. Bing bong, Nixon 5, fuck you, Slack. That is a haiku. We'll see you next week. This has been a Wrestle Addict Radio branded podcast. And look at that with 18 minutes to spare, Kay.
Wow. I love that for me.
I told you we're gonna get through it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Seems like not a lot happened in wrestling.
But important stuff happened to talk about. I mean, we fell into the Tessa Blanchard thing. To be completely
Yeah.
honest, I like refreshed my feed. I was like, oh, that's new.
That worked out for us.
Yeah. That is very new occurrence, but kind of a welcome occurrence, to be completely honest with you. I
Yeah.
need to start finding a way to incorporate more TNA into, but they've been losing people a lot.
It's
I know
hard.
Steve Macklin
I
left.
forget. Oh no, I forget they're on TV now.
Yeah, they don't. You know what it is? Like, number one, you have AEW, you have WWE, you have TNA. Hell, NWA has a television contract too. You can watch wrestling every day of the week if you really want to. But also, TNA doesn't do well marketing outside of their core fan base.
Yeah, I like the last bit of TNA like social media posts that have made it to my feed is when they were the first I saw promotion this year that announced Pride merch.
Yeah, and that should be awesome. But they don't do a lot of their marketing isn't good outside of like their core fan base.
Yeah.
And you would think with WWE's like working relationship, they'd be a little bit better at it.
Maybe they don't care as much.
Maybe MLW has a contract too. Wade, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah. Also, there have been talks of Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu was seen at DC.
I heard.
And as someone who previously met Zilla Fatu, really nice guy.
Yeah, he'd be a welcome addition.
He would.
Has Enzo Amore shown up on NXT yet?
He has not.
I'm assuming no, because no one has contacted me.
I would have called you out of a deep sleep.
I feel like now I have to start watching NXT every week because I need to be ready. I need to be there.
Yeah, we'll make sure for the show not to go too long so you can catch most of NXT just in case he does show up.
I thought he'd show up in Italy.
God, that'd be so funny.
Enzo's music in fucking Italy would hit.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, Enzo wouldn't have worked out in Italy, although it would have been really funny.
The least Italian shit I've ever seen was that pay-per-view.
You know what, actually? What if they hold Wrestling Revolver? Oh, they have YouTube deals. That's still a pretty big deal for Wrestling Revolver, at least. MLW has a YouTube deal. I know MLW's had a very, very big YouTube deal for a while. I think the best place for Enzo and Cass to show up, low stakes, yet stupid exciting, Madison Square Garden. It writes itself.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
It's in a month.
I have to get tickets.
It's in a month.
Go on Ticketmaster. How expensive are these?
It's also the same weekend as Fanatics Fest, K. You can literally kill two birds with one stone.
Is there like a bundle?
There is no bundle, which sucks, because I wish there was.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that they're like trying to cross promote main event, Saturday night's main event, and Fanatics Fest, but they're not offering some kind of bundle?
I know, it's weird. Because it's literally the same day. You can walk to both. Like,
Yeah.
it's a real
Let's
simple
see.
kill.
Saturday night's main event tickets, all in pricing. Okay, so a good chunk of it is sold out. I would say about half, maybe a
Okay.
little less than half.
Anything on the Chase
Um,
Bridge?
let's see. Chase Bridge, North Bridge, North Bridge.
North Bridge or South Bridge? It's either or.
Well, there are a lot of high seats. Oh, they have
Well,
a me plus 3 4-pack offer.
for how much?
Let's see. Me plus 3. It's Upper Bowl, section
Of course.
212. Oh, wait. No, I don't want that. That's not 3 for me. That's 2 tickets on the bar stools. No, I'm not doing that again.
When'd you do Barstools?
John Cena's last Raw.
Isn't that the one where? Oh, okay, never mind.
We were all the way. I mean, it was worth it to be there, but
Mm-hmm.
it was high up. There was a pole in between me and Liv.
Yeah, yeah, there was. The
So I found the 3 me plus 3 the 4-pack.
mm-hmm.
It's 180 per person. So for 4 tickets, it would be $717.40.
Yeah, that's a no for me, Jim.
That's just disgusting. And
Yeah,
the cheapest ticket available for Saturday night's main event right now is 133.55, and that is in section 210, row 24.
yeah, that's a no, Jim.
Wait a minute, there's some nosebleeds. How much are these? To sit on the top? Ew. The bar stool seats are 143. No. This is gross.
Yeah, I can
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to
watch it.
this.
Watch it from your place or mine.
No, for real. Like, that's annoying.
It is very annoying.
It is very annoying that like living like I could like going to MSG on a whim is like not a problem. And like I can never go to these things on a whim anymore.
That's true. Oh, Spider-Man
Like,
tickets do go on sale tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Wade.
yay.
We can figure it out. I have these random ideas, like if we go to Fanatics Fest and we just go to somebody else's place and watch main event.
Yeah. I gotta
We'll
figure out
figure
my
it
life
out.
for the summer. Because really my Saturday night main event and plans my Fanatics Fest plans really heavily depend on what my summer school work will look like.
That makes sense.
Because I need money.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yes.
We'll figure it out. Well,
Yes.
we'll make things happen. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go so you can get ready to go to the villa. I'm gonna get out of here, and who knows what I'll do with my life because I paid all my bills today. So
Yay!
so close. But yeah, you have a good night, Kay, and I'll be talking to
Love
you soon.
you.
Love you too.
Talk
See
to
you
you
guys later.
later. Goodbye, Internet.
Yes, Wade, we will link up at some point. If you're going to be, wait, are you going to be in the city that week for Fanatic Spaces? If so, this is a whole different story that we will talk about at another time, Wade.
I'm down to go out.
Yeah, Wade,
If we,
we'll talk, Wade. We'll figure it out.
I'm like, if Wade's in town, we gotta go out at minimum.
Absolutely. At minimum,
I'm
yeah, we're
like,
going to see
we're
Wade.
probably too broke to go to Fanatics Fest. Let's be real.
Well, we'll hang out with Brother Wade somewhere.
Yes, well, that's what we can do. We can go run around somewhere instead.
Exactly. All right. We'll see you guys later.